Good morning out there. Today is Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. I'm Anthony. This is Drive Dad. So, if you're just joining, the past, a couple weeks, I've been talking about productivity and exploring ways of really increasing or improving, my own productivity. Talking about goals, habits, and systems, and routines, and identity. Right, a lot of that has been informed by, one, life experience, but then two, in a formal way, James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. But I guess, too, I wanted to talk about now is other means of productivity or ways of looking at things. And I guess as a parent, I try to reflect a lot on, in the moment, different experiences. What are my kids gaining from this? And so I guess today's topic is really productivity through play, right? Or productive play. Recognizing that, there are forms of play that some people value, some people acknowledge, right? And other forms that people don't value. And so, over the weekend, I took my son to a Disney Lorcana tournament, and the gentleman running it commended me for bringing my son and going around to these different card shops, participating in these tournaments. He just thought it was really cool that I did it. But he was saying it was cool because when he was a child, he recalled his dad not valuing the experience, not taking an interest, not playing. He said he would even go home and tell his dad, I won, this $100 card. And I think he was telling me, right, there's a lot of Pokemon tournaments, and it just, none of it registered with his dad. And so that type of play, right, that experience, those activities he was engaged in as a child, his father didn't value. So he appreciated that here I am as a dad with my 8-year-old child at these tournaments, really buying in and engaging and participating myself. He took the time to commend me for it. So, yesterday I spoke about the sort of learning opportunities inherent in participating in these trading card game matches and events. And I think it's been huge, for my son, who, when he first started playing Pokemon for a bit, he was just learning to read. So it was great motivation to learn to read, to learn basic arithmetic, and now on to socialization and so on. And so I really wanted to touch upon some other experiences where, at an early age, we did start playing video games, or at an earlier age, I guess prior to, playing what I initially called for him two-thumb games. He was then playing early games on a tablet, which then don't require two thumbs, but maybe a single finger. If you catch my drift. Anyway, it's just, right, touching the screen with one finger versus using both hands and, two thumbs, whatever. Now, of course, right, it's more than just your thumbs. You're using your pointer fingers, all this other, for different button combinations and triggers, etc. But I felt like early on there are obviously, one finger tablet phone games designed for learning letters, for learning numbers, right, tracing the number 3, tracing the letter A, B, C, etc. But I think too, on top of that, I was able to use some of that play, his interest in play, his interest in playing on my cell phone, to teach him some other things and to engage him in some other activities. And so one of those, at a very early age, was certainly potty training. Maybe not what you expected when you hit play on this video, but his desire to play on my cell phone, I was able to say, okay, we can play on my phone, but you have to do so on the potty, right? And so that was me motivating him to potty train, right? To get on the toilet. In that process too, once he started to learn numbers, I set the pin on my phone gradually over time to his mom's cell phone number. So initially it was only 3 or 4 digits. And once he memorized that routine, that pin and the process of entering it, I then made it 5 digits, then 6, then 7, all the way up to the full 10-digit phone number. So again, through play, or his desire to play on my cell phone, able to teach him to get on the potty, able to teach him how to enter a PIN, and teach him mommy's cell phone number. I think too, once things evolved and we started playing some early Roblox titles, one of those titles was called it's maybe Bee Swarm Simulator, and that ends up being very, very text-based, as you're running around getting different quests from different bears and trying to understand what it is they want you to accomplish. But then you're also gaining exposure to numbers, as you have to collect a certain amount of pollen, and then you get a certain amount of honey, and then that, I think, becomes your currency to purchase different items. And so just the exposure to numbers, right? 10-digit, not 10-digit, powers of 10, right? Like, I mean, this thing was, hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands. And so learning to read numbers too, I thought was really, really cool and part of that experience. So again, just like Pokemon, through these video games, Roblox, which again, not a lot of people, or not everyone, I should say, values video game play. Not everyone values trading card games, but there are tons of learning opportunities. And again, it's productive play. If you're learning through play, it's productive play. A lot of learning opportunities inherent in some of these things that some choose to dismiss. And so it's just been a lot of fun to engage with him in these activities and see his growth, his development, again, through play. I do have plenty of other stories that I think that's what I'm going to focus on this week. I got 3 videos left, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, on which I can share some more stories of productive play, whether with him or with my daughter, and they're sort of different, very, very different developmental stages and interests. She's currently 2, he's 8. I've got a lot of time and experience to look back on with him, and then maybe trying to replicate some of those experiences with her. But that's what it's about, right? Again, productivity, I think, for myself, my habits, my routines, but also thinking about what my children are learning, whether through play or through their different activities or just through my actions, I think is really important to reflect upon as a parent. So I'll share more of those throughout the week. But that's it for me, right? If you're just tuning in, and most of my videos are about this long, somewhere in the I don't know, maybe as short as 6 minutes, all the way up to 10 or 12 minutes. And then at the end of the week, I put them all together in a single sort of compilation video. But do me a favor, take that 30 seconds, comment down below. Any stories you like, any thoughts on the stories I shared, or stories you might share, about productive play, your experience with games like video games, TCGs as a child, or maybe now as a parent, as an adult. Otherwise, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so you catch me on the next one. That's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the morning. Take care.